What's up, Game of Thrones? It's your boy DJ Wun Wun here, back at you with another recap and review. And can you believe it? I mean, is it really over? Can it be? I mean, I guess I'm dressed for the occasion, all in black. Put it to sleep. The finale, it's here. But what a finale it was. I mean, call me a fanboy, but this season was unbelievable. I mean, from start to finish, I loved it. I mean, very, very few, complaints. Just very few. I loved it. One of the most action-packed and one of my very favorite seasons. And, well, everybody out there calling R plus L equals J confirmed, just stop. Stop. No, it's not. Who's the dad? Who is it? Rhaegar? Why? Why? No, it's not. Anyway, this was an absolutely amazing episode, so let's get into it. This week opens up with Cersei staring out at the Sept. Any foreshadowing going on there? Everybody's getting all dressed up for the big trials to come. That was quite the pimp necklace Tommen was sporting. I thought maybe Tommen was looking a little nervous, not sure if this great plan he and Cersei had hatched out would work. But nay, there was no plan, no surprise. Just a weak little Tommen being led by the nose by one person after another. Just the ultimate yes man. I mean, boy, I've quit counting all the times he's left me yearning for the return of Joffrey. Pan to a beaten and broken Loras, then back to the Sept with the 7 sparrows entering. Now, I by no means consider myself an evil person, but I can't wait to see these bastards burn. Anytime people use God as an excuse for their evil and twisted ways, I will always find joy in their suffering. This high twat sparrow walks around in his dirty tattered robe thinking he's barely a step below God himself. Did you see how smug he was as he entered? Just as power hungry as Cersei, with the gall to call it God's work. We then pan to Pycelle, stiffing another hooker. Ha, see what I did there? He's admiring how nice his white beard is finally growing back in, and by this point you know he's a dead man. And it doesn't take long. He heads out on his way to the trial, but is stopped by a little bird. She has a secret for him. Back to the Sept, and hey, Loras got a haircut and a bath, but then put back right into his old rag. We know how much the High Sparrow asshat dislikes the fineries. Loras gives a glare to his dad like, you worthless shit, how could you let this happen? And will someone please get this old codger a fucking man's ear? His boobs are way out of control. He's so smug and happy with himself seeing how he broke Loras. Then the way he talks about the warrior serving justice, but the mother is merciful to those who kneel before her. Hint, hint, on your knees, boy. Ah, so now you're the mother? He's so far gone he believes he's part deity, and those on earth should all bow to his will, which is why I'm going to enjoy his death so much. As I've said in past vids, you, sir, are no god. He asks Loras if he understands what it means to admit his guilt. He says yes and rattles off all he'll be losing. At no point did he say anything about being mutilated. Another wicked deed done in the name of God. Oh, please let him suffer. Don't let his death be quick. No, Marjorie, faith was not the way. Back to King Tommen, and he's ready. Whoa, not so fast, little buckaroo. Remember when you asked Mommy to show you how to be strong? Go ahead and just watch through that window for a little bit, because the mountain's not about to let you go anywhere. Anytime the mountain makes a movement, it sounds so cool. You mutilated him! Marjorie finds that though she thought she was playing the game right, the sparrow's a lying, manipulating piece of shit that does exactly what he wants. You gave me your word. Well, now you see his word is shit. Marjorie notes that the Queen Mother is not there. The sparrow sends his asshats in training to go show her the way. Wait, what? You sent 10 men last time and only 9 came running back with their tails between their legs. What changed? The little bird leads Pycelle down to Qyburn's lair under the assumption he's to meet the king. Qyburn tells Pycelle, I wish you no ill will, my lord. Forgive me if you can. Out come lots of little birds with knives, and yep, it's game over for Pycelle. I gotta give it to Pycelle, though. He got in a couple good smacks before the little birds took him down, but he got what's coming to him. Most of us book readers figured they'd get Pycelle or Keevan, so this was really no huge surprise. We have our first major death of the show, but hey, the beard was looking good. It was good to see Lancel get his, and I'm glad it was quick. He was just a confused lost soul. You know, the kind of people the faith prey on. Marjorie was a true player in the game till the very end, just never quite acquired the power she so desired. She knew it was time to go, she just didn't have the strength to do it. If this was her only plan, though, she should have let Grandmama give them the good bashing. I loved when Marjorie yelled at the High Sparrow, but forget about the bloody gods and listen to me! The Sparrow looked like she just spit in his soup. We all need to leave. Sparrow was a pompous ass right up to the end. It was cool to see Lancel's eyes go Bruce Banner, but the Sparrow died way too quick. All the pain and suffering he inflicted in the name of God. I guess the mother truly is merciful. I have to say, I thought the wildfire looked way cooler at night, but the bell flying through was dope. Most people guessed this would happen after what Qyburn told Cersei when the rumors were true in episode 8.
Is it just a rumor or something more?
More, much more.
but one reviewer called it before that.
You've lost Cersei. It's the only joy I can find in all this misery.
When you say it like that, I guess you should just turn the whole city into ash and bone. I have to say, though, Cersei is extremely pleased with herself and actually gives a genuine smile, at least for Cersei. Tommen just stares in awe, not believing what his mother just did. Confess. Confess. I absolutely loved Attila the Nun getting waterboarded. Again, she got way too much happiness from torturing others. She had this coming. You're not gonna die today. You're not gonna die for quite a while. Oh, Cersei's just so beautifully evil. Sir Gregor, oh shit, it's about to get real. You like to smack Marjorie with wooden spoons and Bibles? Tisk tisk, paybacks are a biatch. Remember the Mountain got massive headaches and was always in pain, and the only time that he'd get a reprieve from that pain was when he was raping or killing someone. I wonder if that's tenfold now. If so, ouch, Sister Yanela. I can't imagine. I'm still guessing George is saving one for the books here. My money's still on Robb Stark's head being under there when he takes off that helmet. A la Mr. Robert Strong. Shame. Shame. Let's take it to the twins. Ladies, have you met Sir Bronn of the Blackwater? Hero of the battle on Blackwater Bay? I can never get enough scenes with Bronn in them. Now that Wun Wun's gone, Bronn is pretty much my favorite character, except for maybe that adorable little she-bear. The Frey and the Lannister forces celebrate their victory of a battle well fought. Well, they killed the Blackfish anyway. Walder Frey starts popping off at the mouth about the legendary Blackfish being cut down by regular foot soldiers, and Jaime's heard enough. How are you in battle, Frey? Quick little backstory. When he was younger, Tywin thought to make an alliance with Hoster Tully by wedding Jaime and Lysa. But when Jaime went to Riverrun to meet her, he showed zero interest. All he wanted to do was talk and hear stories from the famous Blackfish. He really was a legend. Go ahead, mock me, boy. And were they trying to be funny? Can't go killing my son-by-law? Wouldn't be right. Give my family a bad name. Jaime lets it be known that people don't fear the Freys, they fear the Lannisters. If we have to ride north every time to save you, why do we need you? Drop the mic and exit stage left. Back to King's Landing with Cersei standing over a dead King Tommen's body. When he was staring out that window and then walked away from it and they just kept the camera on that window, I literally thought he was going to do like a running dive out it or something, but you definitely knew he was going out that window. Unbelievable, soft like butter. It's not that she didn't love him, it's just she knew this was coming due to the Maggie the Frog prophecy and was semi-mentally prepared for it. As prepared for it as she could be. Speaking of mental, yep, I believe Cersei is half-baked and on her way to complete madness. Burn him and bury his ashes where the Sept once stood. Hey, it's Sam and Gilly, and Monster, and Heartsbane. They arrive in Old Town and are completely awed by the tower of the Citadel. Sam looks flat out giddy. That is until he notices all the white ravens being sent out. It was great how they gave that little nod to the book readers with the maester at the desk holding out his hand. Waiting on that dwarf penny, son. Great editing. So to any non-readers, he just looked like a dick, which he basically was. This is irregular. Yes, well, I suppose life is irregular, isn't it? When Sam gave that goofy-ass grin after that, I was cracking up. His answer must have been secret master code, because he's allowed in to wait in the library. No women or children. Aw, what's poor Gilly gonna do now? Sam enters the library through an aisle of books, and when he gets to the end, his eyes light up like a Christmas tree. More books than he's ever seen. Sam has finally made it home. Alive with the sound of music. Up to the north, and hey, didn't that raven just leave the Citadel? Must have access to Littlefinger's transporter machine. Jon Snow finally earns a seat at the table. When we had feast, my family sat here. I sat down there. Melisandre reminds him at least he had a family, and feast. Enter Davos, and he is not happy. He tosses a burn-up stag to Melisandre and says, "Explain! Tell him what you did." Davos wants her head, but I believe Jon dealt the only outcome he could. It's tough to kill the one who just resurrected you. He tells her to ride south and never return again or be hanged as a murderer. Davos promises to do it himself. This really was a touching scene. Davos is such an amazing actor. Jon's happy to be rid of her. He knows he shouldn't be here, and he definitely does not want to be brought back again should he fall. This scene with Jon and Sansa earn her a few points back, but only a few. That's a whole lot of wasted lives and the extinction of an ancient race to be made up by an "I'm sorry." Sorry isn't bringing my Wun Wun back. Where the hell were you for that, Melisandre? Let's take it to Dorne. I was so hoping they'd do this with the disaster they've made of this storyline. We knew they had to do something after the opening of Killing Doran, and this was perfect. Short, sweet, and to the point. And how much did you love that wink to the audience?
What is your name again?
Our exhibit.
Barbara?
Exhibit A.
You look like an angry little boy.
Zip it.
Anything from you?
Look, I'm Zippy Longstockings.
No. Good.
When a problem comes along, you must zip it.
You shut up, dear.
Zip it good.
You shut up, and did you have something to say, bad pussy? No? Good.
Zip it.
Like your acting, along with terrible writing, have ruined this plot for everyone. Just sit there and don't say a word. Let the real actors do their job. I freaking loved it. And what's this? Varys is here? And what's that you say? Fire and blood? What? Did I have it all wrong? Is Varys not a Blackfire, but truly a Targ after all? Fire and blood are the words of House Targaryen. Is that what the flames were speaking about? Oh, George, come on. I need the winds of winter in my life and some questions answered. But yeah, the Queen of Thorns definitely killed it in this scene. Out to Marine, and Dany breaks up with Dahario. He's to stay in Marine and help keep the peace. Fuck Marine and fuck the people. I'm here for you. You promised me. My sword is yours. My life is yours. Wait, wasn't that the other guy?
My sword is yours. My life is yours.
Dahario knows this is Tyrion's doing, but realizes it's a smart move. No tears from this one. Goodbye, Dahario and Naharis. You've been a great character, and I always said you were not the Harpy. Tyrion tries to give Dany some comforting words and fails miserably, as he knew he would. Was anybody else feeling a little brotherly love when they were talking? Another emotional scene. Remember, Tyrion's father Tywin was Dany's father, the Mad King's hand, and the kingdom had never run smoother. Looks like it's all come full circle. Back out to the twins. Where are my moron sons? Trimming their cunt hairs? They're here, my lord. Fuck yes, we get some Frey fucking pie. Just another huge payoff for the book readers. I'm sure all the show-only people are like, what's the big deal? And to that I say, read the books. Let's just say it's all about guest rights. My buddy said just seeing Arya's face made the whole show for him. I loved it when his old ass tried to run away and with one hand she just pulled him right back down and pulled his head back and slit his throat. I myself was really hoping for a Nymeria super pack attack, but I realized the rest of the CGI money went into the dragons, so it's much easier to film a faceless Arya, and I'm good with it. Rotten hell, you ferret-faced pedophile. Let's head back to the Godswood in Winterfell. We finally hear Littlefinger's plan, as if we didn't know already. He wants to sit the Iron Throne and rule it all, and he pictures Sansa by his side. He goes in for a kiss and gets stopped cold as she says it sounds like a pretty picture and walks away. Oh, notice she didn't say no, though. I like how the scene ended with her walking away and him starting to look behind him like there's someone there. Then they switched to a shot of the trees. What or who was behind him? Was it just the Winterfell weirwood tree freaking him out? Could he hear Bran yelling like the wind? I have questions, George, and I want some answers. So of course the next scene is Bran getting dropped off by Uncle Benjen. Now I know you can't pass the wall, but couldn't you have at least got him a little closer? They don't even have a sled, and Bran's bigger than Mira now. So funny seeing her trying to move him. Maybe it's because that's the last heart tree before the wall and Bran needs to log on for a while. Get it? Log on? Yeah, I know. And what was that little wink Benjen gave Bran before he left? Before Benjen leaves, he tears down some more fan theories, telling us that the wall was built to keep the dead on the other side and away from humans, not the other way around. I have to say, those were some crazy cryptic looks Benjen was giving Bran. What did he really mean by I'll do what I can for as long as I can? How much does he really know? Bran's ready to plug in, but Mira's nervous. He reminds her, and us, that he's the three-eyed raven now, and he has to be ready. Of course he heads straight back to the Tower of Joy. We pick right up where we left off, with Ned rushing up the stairs. Here we go, finally, the main event. Time to answer the biggest question in the story. Who are Jon Snow's real parents? Now I gotta be honest, this scene did not do it for me. I wanted so much more. I really don't feel it answered much of anything. I mean, it kinda kills the Dany-Jon twins theory, but I never bought into that anyway. Also, no Ashara Dayne there, so that's big, but on the flip side, there was a whole lot of blood on both sides of the bed, as well as a pool on the floor. So I suppose there could have been someone else bleeding in that bed as well. Did they die or get moved? I think most of the world was already on board with Lyanna being Jon's real mom, so it was really more of a confirmation than a mind-blower. The big question is, who was his father? And where was Jon when Ned first came in? We still have no idea who all was at the Tower of Joy. Why is Dawn so prominently placed at the foot of the bed? They gave a better view of it here than they did in the battle at the first Tower of Joy scene.
The way people in the north talk about you, you're the greatest swordsman who ever walked.
Then they showed Dawn at the foot of Jon's birthing bed? Another thing about the Tower of Joy that was funny to me is my mom thinks Master Aemon is Jon Snow's father, so it struck me extra hard when Ned was crying out, "Is there a maester around?"
Is there a maester?
I considered her theory 100% tinfoil until that moment right then. Looks like these theories and guesses will stay alive and rampant until next season, or until the book fills us in with more answers. So will all of you out there saying R plus L equals J confirmed? Just stop. No, it's not. Not even close. All that got confirmed was his mom. We still have no idea who the father is.
Is there a mistake?
Yes, of course, that would absolutely blow my mind if she was right and that's the way it was and Master Aemon was the father, but what's really going on with this Dane situation and what are they trying to tell us? Back to the north, and the Northern Lords are trying to come to terms with all that has changed. Lord Serwyn says winter has come and they should all go home and wait out the storm. Littlefinger totally is being Littlefinger and surveying the entire room, checking the moods of these Northern Lords. He will absolutely use this information later to his advantage, I'm sure. Lady Mormont has heard enough. I just love this little adorable she-bear. Last episode, she didn't even have a line and she totally stole the scene. She has such a vicious little bear glare. She's so damn cute. She absolutely lets these Northern Lords have it. Calls them all out as basically cowards and oathbreakers. Oh my god, we're getting another one. The North remembers. House Mormont remembers. Ha! She did it again. Is this the greatest little 10-year-old actor on the planet or what? Get him, Lyanna. Lady Mormont speaks harshly and truly. Jon Snow avenged the Red Wedding. He is the White Wolf, the King of the North. Next up, Lord Glover. One by one, all that Lady Mormont had called out stepped up and bent the knee. The King of the North, the King of the North. It was a little weird, though. Jon looked like he was ready to wet himself. Sansa actually looked pleased as punch, which earned her a few more points, but why did she look so distressed when she looked at Littlefinger? She did say it was a pretty picture. I can't wait to see what goes on there. Back down south, and Jaime arrives back to King's Landing to see it set aflame, which is exactly what he killed the Mad King for to stop. Cersei anoints herself queen, and Jaime is looking none too pleased. He really may be the Valancourt. When you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die. Long may she reign. Let's head out to sea, where we see Theon checking the wind as we pan out to sea close to 1,000 ships heading for Westeros. Hey, those Dothraki aren't such bad sailors after all. They're crewing the hell out of those ships. I had to let out a little cheer when Drogon was flying through slapping his wingtips off the water. That looked so sweet. For all the changes the show made, the Hall of Faces and the dragons were even better than I imagined. Of course the books are better, but the show absolutely has a place, and it's amazing for what it is. I guess they've already made it to Dorne and back to Westeros, and, well, next stop, Dragonstone. Or will it be King's Landing? Either way, we should be opening up with a bang and Dany finally arriving home. So there you have it. The King in the North, Frey Pie, Arya took it down, another name off the list, Dany's on her way to Westeros. I mean, they brought it all. I mean, fan favorite, fan fiction, whatever. It was awesome. I absolutely love this season. Unbelievable. I mean, absolutely unbelievable season. I mean, of course nothing's perfect, but I mean, man, Game of Thrones, and it was action-packed, and even when it wasn't, the storylines had me laughing, and I have no complaints. I loved it. I mean, I loved it. Call me a fanboy or whatever. I thought this season was dope. One of my favorites ever. So, yeah, we're going to keep it going all year long. We're going to keep reading the books. We're going to keep coming out with theories. So go ahead and subscribe. If you like it, go ahead and thumbs up it. And we will be seeing you soon. So until next time, game on.